And it's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe on the way in the door, my people. I hope you all are having a truly fantastic day today. Fans of Luka Doncic probably are not having a truly fantastic day today. But yeah, congratulations to the Boston Celtics, who have won their 18th championship in franchise history. The first one for Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown and the rest of the Boston Celtics. Of course, we know the great Bill Russell was responsible for 11 of those championships. We know that John Havlicek is responsible for 2 outside of Bill Russell. He won 6 with Bill Russell and 2 more after Bill Russell. Of course, then we got the great Larry Bird, who was responsible for 3 of those championships. Then we got the Boston Celtics Big Three, who bought another one. And now we have Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown adding another championship. And to be honest, it looks like if they can keep this team together, they should have a shot at more championships in the next few years to come. So congratulations to them. See, Jayson Tatum had 31, 8, and 11 in the game. And Jaylen Brown, 21, 8, and 6. Luka had 28, 12, and 5. And Kyrie had 15, 3, and 9 assists. So, to me, what was really the factor in the game, and I would say probably in the series in general, is that the Boston Celtics just played much better team basketball. It's much better ball movement. So, yeah, I think the thing is, first of all, Kyrie, obviously the guy has great skills. But, again, just like most of the players of this era, if not all to some degree, I think Kyrie, he's just an inconsistent player. His greatness is inconsistent. Luka, while his greatness may be more consistent, I don't really think his play style is that conducive to a championship basketball team. And what I mean by that is, to me, Luka gets into these zones where he's just very focused on scoring. And, to me, in order for that to happen, number one, you have to be a great leader. I had someone comment and say something like, why all these channels have to make everything about Michael Jordan? Well, because Michael Jordan is the standard. Michael Jordan is the standard of greatness to which most people, not all, but to which most people measure other players, measure other teams. And so basketball, a lot of people like to say, especially, in this LeBron James era where they have tried to diminish the importance of championships, they always reduce it down. Oh, well, championships is a team accomplishment. Look, basketball in general is both simultaneously a team game and an individual game. It is both. And you need both of them to win. You need a good team and you need great individuals. You need both to win. And the thing that I think was so genius about Michael Jordan, and I'm talking about this because I believe this is what Luka lacks, is Michael Jordan, not only was he very effective at knowing when he should take over a game, but because he was such a great leader, and because I think not only just a great leader, but because teams back then had more of a concept of having definitive roles, I think that is very important. So that, during times when Michael Jordan would have to take over the game and become the primary scorer and probably throw the triangle out of the window to a certain extent, he could still count on his teammates to be very invested in doing their role. Very invested. He could still count on Steve Kerr to know that, hey, if I get double teamed and I need to come to you, like, knock down this shot. He could still count on Dennis Rodman to be going after rebounds like it's the last rebound on earth. You know, he could still count on Scottie Pippen to facilitate the offense and play great defense. Or play great defense in the case, like I said, when it's time to kind of get away from the triangle and let Michael Jordan do his thing. He can still count on everyone to put in that 100% effort. What it looked like happened with the Mavericks is when Luka gets in these things to where he's just hell-bent on scoring himself, then the whole offense becomes stagnant. And I believe that's because, in general, in today's age of basketball, nobody takes pride in doing the things that don't get you glory, in general. And so if you don't have a leader like Michael Jordan who can, and I say Phil Jackson was also great at this too. Like I said, I believe Phil Jackson was great at getting people to buy into the system. But if you don't have a leader like Michael Jordan or someone like Phil Jackson who can convince everyone that, hey, you know, rebounding is just as important as everything else. Like, if you are not a scorer, if your job is to rebound, then you need to do that like your life depended on it. You know, and it's still going back to the fundamentals of the game. But when Luka takes over, so to speak, the team gets stagnant. And it looks like it becomes standing around watching Luka, you know, standing around the three-point line. It just looks like the offense kind of grinds to a halt. And to me, that's why they got smashed. I mean, that's why the Mavericks got smashed. I mean, you know, that they had one good game out of 4. But in general, they were just no match. And I just believe it's because Boston had a much better team concept than the Mavericks. And, you know, speaking of that, you know, I guess at some point we're going to have to address the fact that Luka has a lot of LeBron James tendencies. You know, again, shout out to Angry Old Hoops. I've been watching a lot of his videos this week. And I think he did a segment. Or what was it, Angry Old Hoops? I'm pretty sure it was Angry Old Hoops. But forgive me if it was somebody else. But I think it was Angry Old Hoops who was doing a segment where he was, you know, dissecting the BS that Chris Broussard and Nick Rohn and their deceptions that they always use to protect LeBron James. And one of the things was, you know, the stuff that they were saying about Luka is directly applicable to LeBron James. Directly applicable to LeBron James. But yet, somehow, they talk about Luka in the light like it's just the worst thing in the world. And you would never, ever hear them talk about LeBron James like that. It's just amazing. But yeah, at some point, you know, I'm going to have to do a video on Luka because he has a lot of LeBron tendencies. And that's the thing, you know, for people. I was also watching this other video of, he seems to be a fanboy. You know, he's one of these disingenuous fanboys that tries to pretend like he's not a fanboy, but he absolutely is. But I was watching him try to defend LeBron James, and he was talking about Luka. And he was talking about, oh, you know, people are getting on Luka for flopping, or basically saying people don't criticize Luka for flopping and whining to the refs the same way that they criticize LeBron James. And he acknowledged the fact, oh, well, you know, people say it's because Luka's not in the GOAT conversation. But he tried to kind of dismiss that as if that's not a big deal. Yes, that is a big deal. You know, the fact that LeBron James wants to call himself the GOAT, I don't understand why LeBron James fans and fanboys don't understand that point. That yes, if you want to make it seem like you are the shot caller on the block, then you are going to get scrutinized. You are going to get challenged. That matters. Again, I haven't done a Luka video because Luka is not on the radar like that. I don't constantly have people telling me, trying to convince me that Luka is the GOAT. I haven't heard Luka call himself the GOAT. I haven't heard Luka say stuff like, you guys just got to go back to your miserable lives. I hadn't seen Luka showing up to parties with GOATs. You know, it's so many reasons. But again, we'll address that in time. But yeah, there is a difference when you are putting yourself in the spotlight like that. When you're LeBron James and proclaiming all these things about yourself, you're gonna get the scrutiny. But anyway, like I said, but we are gonna have to get to Luka and and the similarities between him and LeBron James. But I think there are also some big differences between him and LeBron James as well. I think, obviously we know Luka's not a great defender, much like LeBron James as well. But I will say, offensively, I think Luka in general plays with more intensity consistently, much more so than LeBron James, But anyway, we gonna hold up here. Again, congratulations to the Boston Celtics. Congratulations to Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What is the biggest reason that you think the Mavs failed to make it a competitive series, really? Is it the fact that Kyrie underdelivered? Is it the fact Luka's play style is just not really conducive to championship basketball? But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You all have a truly fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. All right.